Check out Adepticon's very important gamer swag stash.
Spiky bits.
What's up, Hobby Maniacs? Baer here again with you today, taking a look at the selection of swag from Adepticon's very important gamer, offering. This is a very cool way to kind of jump to the front of the line at Adepticon, get into the vendor hall early, and score yourself a whole bunch of dope swag. It's $95. I think this year it was $95. Sometimes it varies between $80 and $100 if I remember correctly. But it's always totally worth it if you want to get into the vendor hall early and score the best swag possible at the event just for showing up and get a whole bunch of dope coupons from vendors. So here you can see you get the Games Workshop art case, carrying case for figures, which is a I don't even know, like $95 for all of this. I think this thing's like $150. I can't even remember. I reviewed it. Actually, I want to say it was $165. So right there, you're already ahead of the game. You get this dope backpack full. I can see a Privateer Press. I think it's a War Machine rulebook right here. I can't even tell. No, Primal. It's a Primal rulebook. An Adepticon t-shirt, $25 value right there. These dope cases right here from Active Mind Games for all sorts of different miniatures and card games. And the yet unreleased Rune Wars miniatures game from Fantasy Flight Games, which combines elements of the X-Wing breakaway game of the year, of course, X-Wing miniatures, and rank miniature combat, aka Warhammer Fantasy. So let's take a closer look at what comes in this bag. We'll take a closer look at this case. We've done it before, of course, and these dope little carrying cases. Well, here it is, the Adepticon VIG swag bag itself. It is ginormous. This thing is like the size of a holiday turkey. I don't even know what to say. This thing is so big. But remember, we still have the other things to look at. So first up, let's take a look at this Active Minds gaming case here. Now, this is about the size of your normal, I guess like your 800 count card box, white card box, but it's plastic. These things are double stackable. I was kind of looking at it. I was like, oh, that's cool. So you can do like the hinge kind of deal. You can stack them together. They got this front that displays what you're got inside of it. Now, I think I'm going to use this. It's pretty neat. I think I'm going to use it for my my Star Wars Destiny stuff. Oh, there it is. So you get in here, and then these are just placeholders, and you put all sorts of stuff in there. And they got little inserts like magnetic inserts and different things. Like I said, it's stackable. You can pull these off as well, depending on what you're trying to do. Here's kind of an idea. There's a little flyer in the back. I was like, what the heck is this thing? I don't even get it. But then I was like, oh, cool. That's a neat little idea. Now, I don't know the price point on any of these. I did not go by their booth at Adepticon. It kind of playing in a lot of events and running the Long War doubles. We were not able to get to a lot of things that I wanted to, but maybe we'll change that for next year. But that is pretty neat. It's Active Minds Games. You can check it out on the interwebs, of course. Now, back to the turkey bag. So, opening this bad boy up, first, of course, you get your Adepticon t-shirt. This year was the 15th year, and of course, we've been going for, I don't even know, like 12 of those years, give or take. It's got this dope t-shirt in here. It's kind of like a Cthulhu kind of theme on the back. Pretty neat. There's Adepticon 15, got the Cthulhu kind of Adepticon monster over Chicago right there. It's a neat little shirt. Every year they do a different print. Every year it's immediately sells out. Sometimes they have older ones left over, but not a whole lot. And then when you dump all this out, I don't even know what's in here. I haven't even looked at it. I literally haven't opened it besides to see the t-shirt that comes in there. So there it is, all of the bag. And of course, this is in and of itself a little backpack that you can use for different things as well. So let's kind of slide all this stuff out of the way. Now, I had heard some of what came in here, but I don't know a whole lot about it. Let's see. So we've got a couple of different miniatures from Wild Wild West Exodus. Here's the Eagle Ordinary coloring book, and I think they had a little magazine too. This, of course, is a fantastic comic, webcomic online right now. You can check it out. I think it's, I forget the exact URL of it. I don't know if it's on here, but you could just do a Google search for it. There it is, eagleordinary.com. I think they have their own blog. They do a lot of panels with RPG and cosplay and stuff. And here's the official program guide, which of course I didn't really look through, but this would be a good place to start to find out and navigate the vendor hall. This was the biggest Adepticon yet. There's all the exact layout and things. All sorts of stuff in here. I gotta look through that a little bit later. And then we've got a Horde's Primal rulebook. Now this thing's, I think, like $50 US, so that's really cool to see. Privateer really coming on strong with the swag. They used to put in starter. One year they did Hordes, one year they did, I want to say it was a War Machine starter. So now if you went the last 3 years, you probably have a couple starters, and now you have a rulebook. Maybe next year we'll get the War Machine rulebook itself. A couple of War Machine stuff, all sorts of different flyers and things. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at those a little later. Let's stack all those up there. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Guild Ball little thing there. White Dwarf subscription, exclusive Adepticon offer. Actually, White Dwarf, I don't know if you guys have noticed, White Dwarf's actually been getting a little bit better right now. Oh, here's the little magazine, the Cosmos magazine that Kaiser, Sarah, and them did. It's pretty neat. It's just a little preview mag for it. A look to die for. Are jet bikes overdone? Yes, I think they are actually. But here's all the miniatures right here. Boom. A little Reaper paint. I love Reaper paints. They are generally some of the best paints out there. A couple of historic miniatures. What is this? Belkite 2. I wonder if these are. Shoot, I don't even know what these are. I'll have to figure that one out. But these look like some sort of. I have no idea. Badger Games? Oh, Badger's making games. Huh. I had no idea. So Badger, the maker of those great airbrushes out there, have their own game line, and they got a couple of dope looking miniatures right there. Look to be about 28mm scale. Pretty cool stuff. Hadn't seen that before. And then Bushido. I don't know what this is, but it looks like it's from Bushido the game. Hadn't heard of this one yet either, but looks pretty dope. These looks to be the Games and Gear guys, or maybe this is one of the miniatures for. Not exactly sure what this is, but we'll check that one out as well. I love checking out all of these new games that come out. Then there's a primer, some Badger primer, and some Badger, they call it Reg Dab Needle Juice. Great stuff there for your airbrushes. Whether or not you purchased a Badger airbrush, it's still pretty cool to use. I personally use, I forget it is, shoot, I don't even know. Oh, it's a Hops number 9. It's the airbrush cleaner I use because I use it to clean my pistols. Mod Bits, come by our booth, check them out. I didn't go by their booth, but they look like they got some pretty dope tokens, so you might want to check them out on modbits.com. They had tokens and little dice and markers and all sorts of different things. I don't even know what this is. RBG Game Company. Looks like some more kind of different 28mm stuff right there. Pretty cool. I'm trying to not get the obvious stuff. I don't know what this is. There's no label on it, but it looks like some sort of, what is this, Wolfen? Some sort of Wolfen, maybe? I can't really tell, but Wolfen with some sort of sword or lichen model of some sorts. Not exactly sure there either. A little bit more research is going to need to be done. Happy Seppuku with some base stamps. It looks like this is a stamp or a clockwork pattern, so you can get some. Put your base. Oh yeah, so you get your roll out some green stuff, put it on your base, and then boom, you stamp this onto it, and you have your own custom base. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. And then remember, there's a bunch of companies with rollers and stuff out there. Guild Ball's got a little pen. That's a really neat little thing to put on your bags and such. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a good thing right there. Wild West Knuckle Buster miniature. This isn't Wild West Exodus. I don't know what this is, but pretty neat little female prospector or something. I'm not exactly sure. Very cool nonetheless. What is this? Wreckage. Okay, so Wreckage has got a post-collapse vehicle Kickstarter. That's actually going on right now. I think they are 100% funded as of right now, but it would be cool to see them get a little extra so that they could, put out some new vehicles and things. They had the Mad Max looking car that I thought was pretty neat, and then this right here. Wreckage is a great game. It's been on for years. They started demoing at Adepticon a few years ago, and they continue to upgrade their offerings as well, and that's always cool to see. Lasercraft Workshop, I didn't go by there. I kind of glanced over at their stuff. They got a lot of laser cut MDF terrain and such that all looked very good. Elric's Hobbies, of course. If you're familiar to the channel, you are not unknown about these guys right here because we feature them all the time. They've got some great looking miniatures. These actually are the shell bases I used on my ogre miniature, so that kind of worked out pretty good. Some great 50mm scale. I really like their sculpts. They're nice and crisp. They're kind of my go-to when I'm looking for something before I branch out to some other people. Bombshell Miniatures, I went by their booth, so they're really coming on strong these days with a lot of cool I don't want to say realistic females, because what is a realistic female miniature, right? But more like more offerings, more selection of female miniatures, you know, with different things out there that you wouldn't expect. And of course, they've got all sorts of kind of a wide variety of miniatures that really kind of make sense in some of the games that you might need out there, instead, you know, just like you know, maybe there might be a glut of over-sexualized female miniatures out there on the market, and that's kind of unfortunate, but it's cool to see that they got some really cool realistic offerings out there. And then an Adepticon pin. What is this? Adepticon 15 pin. Oh, I'm keeping that one. We're going to give most of this stuff away on our Twitch channel, but I'm keeping this. I feel like that's my level up, my pin of level uppiness for going to this thing for so many years. Not that I'm owed anything, but I just really enjoyed the event. We actually got in about 2:30 in the morning last night. Woke up about 6:30 to get up and start posting, and I took a little nap, and we're recording this video now. Here's a Guild Ball Wrecker miniature. I don't know enough about Guild Ball. I can't tell you what this is, but obviously we need to change that. It kind of looks like it's maybe the little ball they fight over. I don't know. Total noob here. I'm the worst. Somebody correct me in the comments, of course. And Reaper's Fantastic Bone Miniatures line. This is some sort of ice troll. That looks pretty cool. Nice, cool sculpt. And it's that plastic we've all known to come and love right there. Looks like pretty good quality. I think we talked about this Knuckle Duster Miniatures. Yep, we sure did. Arena Rex booth credit. Arena Rex is another great group of miniature gamers from Austin, Texas. Just found out really about them. They had a Kickstarter a few years ago. They got some really good looking product, and I went by and took a look at kind of what they do, and it was really neat to see. It's basically you fight inside of arenas, kind of like Gladiator, but with a whole bunch of variety to it. And the cool thing is that there's these arenas all over the world that you fight in, so it doesn't really matter, you know, kind of what they look like. And Victoria Miniatures, another great group of folks there that have been really supporting Adepticon for a number of years, put out this limited edition Tank Ace female miniature here, it looks like. Standing on an ammo crate of some sort, and then you can slide it into a base right there. That's really cool to see. Back to basics, base inserts. I did not get a base in unless it fell off. Well, we'll come back to that one. I might have got screwed on that one, but that's okay. Of course, Malifaux offering up their mystery box. You never know what's going to be in that one. Along with the Will-o'-the-Wisp. Some pretty cool stuff there. I love Malifaux's miniatures. I love how they've really come on board and kind of taken it to a different scale and putting it in like a whole Victorian kind of horror, maybe a little bit of punk, but more horror, but with all these like kind of real world elements that really kind of pull it through, like the bayou and, you know, like the Wild West and stuff. It's just really cool to kind of see what they're doing out there. And then here's more and more coupons. I'm trying to stack up all the coupons so we go over those last. So I can, oh, here we go. So I don't even know what this is. Oh, Micro Art Studio. So I guess these guys are owned by Cool Mini or not now is the word on the street. Not exactly sure. Haven't got an official press release on them yet, but there you go. They got this little base system, and it's kind of weird because they say like one size, but it actually turns out that the inserts for like the 40 mil end up being about 32 mil, but they're not beveled. They're designed to go in this for the Cool Mini game. So just be a little careful when you're buying this stuff, because I heard some people complaining about it, but you just need to kind of be aware of it, that these are rounded lip. Now you can make these in a bevel, but you have to be aware that, again, like I said, these are roughly 32 millimeters for the 40 mil round. So just keep that in mind when you're ordering this stuff. I think this pack's about 10 bucks. I was looking at getting some for my demons, my demon army that I needed to kind of replace a lot of the bases. Here's a brush by Games and Gears. It's not those little flip out ones that they do in the sets, like for Adepticon and Ichabod, and I think Les Bruce Lee has his own brand new ones too, but this is a full-on brush right there. Still pretty cool. I still don't know where my back to basics inserts are. I think I got a bum bag there, but that's okay. It looks like some plastic tanks too from Battlefront. That's kind of cool. I didn't know they were doing plastic sprues now, completely plastic. I knew they had gone to like a hybrid, but that's really cool to see. These are pretty well detailed from what I see here. Like, I'm just kind of glancing. I know treads are always a hard sell for, but look at that right there. Like, those are fantastic little teeth treads right there. Very, very high detail. I mean, this is a very something that we would expect from Games Workshop as far as quality for the multi-part plastic kind of type feel, and I'm really digging this. Like, that was one of the turnoffs for me for Flames of War personally, was just the weight and the way they went together, and it just kind of didn't look right in my mind. But man, I'm looking at this just off camera and I'm like, this stuff's really cool. They've really come a long ways. Good on them. I always love seeing these miniature companies really start to succeed and kind of grow in their, you know, respected areas. Oh, there is something in here from Wild West Exodus. It's a novel of sorts, it looks like. Written by C.L. Warner, of course, a Black Library alum right there. And I think we're just down to the books. And oh, last but certainly not least, our friends over at Protos Games put in this Alien vs. Predator Adepticon Special Edition figure that looks, I actually haven't opened this yet. What is this? So, well, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what scale this is, but I'm sure somebody in the comments can let us know. I wasn't even aware of this miniature, but it looks very exclusive because that is the Adepticon skull right there. So that's very cool to see. I stopped by their booth and talked to them for a while because, you know, we've been reviewing their stuff pretty much on the regular as of late, and really great products. I was checking out their Warzone miniatures, the Mutant Chronicles line. They've got a lot of Alien vs. Predator stuff now, which I can't wait to get in my hot little hands. Here's some Ninja Division stuff. There's those cool little chibis that they got popping off. Really cool stuff there. Ninja All-Stars, Loot Corps. I haven't really followed them in quite some time. I had the original base game, never got it painted, but really cool stuff there. Alright, let's run down the coupons real quick. So, of course, we've got the Adepticon 15 paper coaster, soon to be ruined by a drink, of course. Green Man Designs, $2 certificate. Redeem it at the booth. Sorry, no code on there. But Green Man Designs, fantastic acrylic marker maker out there. Zapagap, of course, they're fantastic for all your gluing needs. You can check out Bob Smith Industries as well. I use their stuff. Here is some sort of deal on White Dwarf, exclusive Adepticon offer. Very nice of Games Workshop. Free Blades, didn't get by their booth, but I heard a lot of people were taking their demos. Might want to check them out at dgsgames.com. The Battle Bag, $25 off at the diceheadgames.com booth right there. Battle bags, actually, I got a few of these, believe it or not. I met Andrew the first year he sold these at the American Team Championships for $40K. Talked him up a little bit, did a review on one. I was really impressed with it. I was really impressed with it. What's on the back here? For the price point, you can't beat it. You really can't. It comes in under Battle Foam. I feel like you get more for the money. Of course, Battle Foam is Battle Foam. It is what it is. It's not really an apples-to-apples comparison. But if you're looking at money, well, I think the choice is clear which one you get more for your money in that regard. World War 40k.com is a worldwide campaign that's happening right now that you can register your games and campaigns and different things. And of course, dicehead.com, one of the sponsors of the American Team Championships, and of course, a retailer of all things Games Workshop and miniature related. Ethereum Games, didn't check them out, kind of, again, I need to get around to these booths a little bit more. Rift's board game Kickstarter. Rift's, oh man, such a, so long in the game right there, Rifts, and now they're coming out with a board game on Kickstarter. Check that out. It'll be out very soon. Flames of War, oh, mini rulebook, that's kind of cool. So they've got, what is this? I guess this would be Middle War? Wouldn't that be Middle War? I don't think it's Late War. Wasn't it over in 44? Maybe it is. I'm not sure if they still do all that stuff. But Flames of War is really, like we just showed you with that plastic miniature sprue, they're really taking it to the next level with everything they've been doing. I mean, this is fantastic. Look at this. Look at the sheen on this, the great UV coat, miniature rulebook status right here, full color. Look at all those gameplay examples in there. I'm really digging this. Look, table of contents. Holy cow. It's got more stuff than most of the game. Quick reference guides in the back. That's what I'm all about right there. Oh, and an index. That's like the first 5 things I look for in any rule book, and they've already knocked it out of the park. So that's really cool. I'm digging Flames of War. I heard lots of different things about what they got going on over there, but I haven't been able to put a lot of time and effort into checking it out. But if I'm hearing good things, it means good things are happening, and maybe if World War II battles is your thing, you should check them out. Another great company too, Warlord Games, puts out the Beyond the Gates of Antares. I believe this was developed by Rick Priestley, if I am correct. Of course, the guy that invented that little game called Warhammer 40k. You might have heard of it. I know it's like 30 years old, but I feel like a lot of you out there probably heard of it. Well, he's got a new game. It's put out by Warlord Games. Let's see how their rulebooks compare we got an index. It's in the front, a little weird, but that's okay. How about a table of content, game rules and introduction? I like that. I'm all about some quick startness. Units, oh look at that, and I'm liking it. Orders, there, it looks like they really break it down. That's cool. What else do we got? Weapon summary, quick reference at the back, and quick reference sheet on the back. Okay, I give this one a 4 out of 5. Definitely a 4 out of 5 right there for sure. It's kind of weird that the index is in the front, but that's just a personal preference. But there's no contents, but there is a quick start, so I'm liking that. It's a 4.5 out of 5. 5 cats. I don't know what that means. Couldn't tell you. Bombshell Miniatures, we checked out their stuff as well. Bella Lost Souls, if you're not following BellaLostSouls.net, first to market in the tabletop blog world now, a full-blown website. We do a lot of work with them. A great group of folks over there. My boy Adam was on the scene covering all of the news for a couple of days. And that looks to be about it for the little stuff. But let's slide this all out of the way and take a quick look at this ginormous box set that Fantasy Flight sent down for them to give out everybody. And last but certainly not least is, of course, the new Rune Wars miniature game from FFG. Now this, a lot of people are talking about this thing, and let's just say FFG usually makes stuff that doesn't suck. And when you're combining elements of both the X-Wing miniatures game and the old rank and file combat system from Warhammer Fantasy, I think they may have a secret hit on their hands. Now opening it up, you are going to notice a few things right off the bat. Now this is not an in-depth unboxing or anything like that, because to be quite honest, I don't know enough about it. I haven't done the research on it, just been reading their press releases and things. But it has the dial mechanic just like X-Wing, but it has a double dial so that you can select some special abilities and also your maneuvers. It has a very similar, right there, measuring stick as well, along with X-Wing and both Armada. And then here's your maneuver templates for wheeling your little bases. There's the corner rank up little guide thingy, some terrain, which I thought was pretty neat. Now getting into just a quick look at all this, that's all it is right here. There's a learn to play guide, which I'm definitely a fond fan of. A rules reference guide, very similar to what you would find in a normal X-Wing or Armada box, and a lore guide. So they're trying to introduce a little bit of lore and create their own universe in this game, which is pretty cool to see. So here's some of how the material is going to rank up itself right here. I think the camera can handle that focus. So it's a nice hard plastic kind of type deal, very similar to what we've seen in the past, except for it is a hard plastic, so you don't have to worry about that stuff buckling or breaking. It's not cardboard or anything, so it looks like you can pop your miniatures in there over and over again. Some different size ones, some command cards and things. Not exactly sure what they all are. Looks like some different size dice and things. Very similar almost to Star Wars Imperial Assault, it looks like. And some sort of, there's a little spinner thing. So the miniatures themselves are over here. Let's take a look at them, because I think that's kind of going to be the go or no go for a lot of folks out there. And these are looking pretty fresh, to be honest. Just kind of taking a quick look at it. Here's some sort of crazy unit right here that is very well detailed. Oh, some sort of undead unit right there. Now this is that same plastic that they're using for Imperial Assault. Of course, it comes not painted, and you do have to do a little bit of assembly right there, but very well detailed. And it looks like you can indeed paint it. You're gonna have to do a little bit of work, check some YouTube videos on how to handle this material right here, because it is not something you can just naturally prime over. Oh, here's this little golem thing. I like this guy. He kind of looks like, a cursory look, like a dude from World of Warcraft, like almost like Lord Ragnaros, but with 2 swords instead of like a hammer. So he's pretty cool looking. I can't wait to dig more into this box, but I know this box is going to go for a lot. If Armada is any, or even Imperial Assault is any indicator, this thing is going to go for $80 to $100. I forget exactly what they've already said. But I mean, coming out soon in the summer. If you found anybody that went to Adepticon, you could probably score one of these. We are going to give one away tonight, as a matter of fact, on our Twitch stream. But by the time you see this, it might already be too late, because it's probably not coming out the same day here. But there it is, Rune Wars miniatures game and all the rest of the great VIG swag from Adepticon 2017. If you are serious about coming to Adepticon, you owe it to yourself to sign up to get the VIG swag. Get in line early, get all your stuff done. It's like you don't have to wait for anything. It all comes to you, and you are indeed a very important gamer at that event. There is no other way to go to Adepticon if you are just going, even if you're going to play in the games, there is nothing like it to get this stuff early and get this much swag ready to go on day one. Cut the lines, get in the vendor hall early. It's amazing. Check it out for next year at Adepticon 2018.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. Thelongwar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.